Hey guys, what's going on? Matthew or MP Bricks here, and today we're going to be taking a look at set number 71844, the Ninja Combat Vehicle. This set includes 561 pieces, 6 minifigures, and retails for $99.99 in the United States. Well, with all that said, let's jump right into this review. So here is the main build of the set, and genuinely, it's big, but it's not $100 big. It's a decent size and all, but I don't know about $100. But let's get into this thing and take a bit of a deeper look on it. So starting on the front, of course, you've got these very large wheels. I love using that bright light orange color. Love that color a lot. It's not in a ton of places here, so it's just used the perfect amount. You've got a lot more black on this vehicle, which I actually really like. Going back, you've got kind of this slope up, almost like a bit of a windshield there. You've got some blue lights and some blades on either side. Some red teeth. Love to see those. Those look really nice. Glad those are still around. You've got some blue energy coming off of this one. This is what we've been seeing since the beginning of Dragon's Rising. And this is actually because it is Wildfire's seat. So she's got her powers represented there. So we'll go ahead and throw her on. I guess I don't really need the connector, but already there. So there we go. She's on there. And of course, that seat is bright light orange as well. We can see the other side to see it. You got some buttons on either side as well as those handlebars. And on the back, actually, there's the bottom jaw for a dragon, which is really nice. Love how they use that in there. Moving around back, you can see just a ton of Technic stuff. Honestly, I don't mind how the back of the vehicle looks. It's not bad whatsoever. You've got these little bits coming off. These are from a ton of new sets from this wave, as well as, if you live in America, the actual June wave, because technically this wasn't released in June in America. Uh, as you can see I'm doing, it's actually kind of fun that one can kind of go up separate. It's not really like it doesn't really flex much. It's just that the parts flex. It's not really built into it in any way. But you can go over rough terrain and not really notice it. So I actually really like how they had that built in there personally. But of course, this is a combiner vehicle, so you can separate it. So we'll go ahead and remove these. Take these off. We're going to take a look at just one bike because they are perfectly identical in every way except for just a few parts. This one has some blue energy, and you've got some blue little cones down there, as well as blue headlights. And that's all that's different. Now, this is a nice bike. I actually do kind of like these. They have little training wheels, so you can actually keep them up on their own. They're not just going to fall over. They'll stay up, but they still won't stay centered. So it's what it is, but honestly, I mean, I don't care for these all that much. They are nice, but nothing special in my opinion. And then here is Kai's right there as well. So, nothing super special. Of course, you do have those clips to hold their weapons as well. But of course, the more unique thing, because this actually only splits into 3 vehicles, so that means the only unique thing is this one. Those two are carbon copies. This one's unique. Here, I think this is a spot for Frack's weapons. Actually, I'm not positive. Actually, scratch that. I have absolutely no idea what these are used for, because Frack's weapons are supposed to go right here, like that. So, I don't know what that clip's for, but I guess you could throw a katana on there. It could be cool. That's nice, that's nice. I don't know why it's there, though. But you've got green snake eyes on there, which, of course, works with Frack. Works really well. I love that. And then you got teeth up here as well. Just the snake aspect is fantastic. Love the darker, like, bluish cockpit there. You can go ahead, open that up, and you can, of course, throw Frack in there. He can sit down. He's got some studs to hold on to. And then you've got some joysticks. Of course, you can't hold them because they're too far away from each other for both hands to be holding. And then on here, you can see you've got Frack on there. as well as all three vehicles separated. And I don't actually know what that says in jargon at the bottom, but let me know if you actually know what it says. Here you've got some snake symbols. I assume that is Frack's symbol. It's on his back as well. We'll be taking a look at him shortly. And it's on these big black pieces. You are supposed to fold these down when you transform it. And then you've got some spring-loaded shooters. You can go ahead, just press those like that. It'll shoot off. And then up around the back here, you can see some, I guess this is thruster with some fire coming out, not sure. And then you've got some wings coming out the back, big Technic pieces, of course, a little gold energy source there, or gold holding the energy source, I guess. But overall, this thing is pretty small, nothing special. Honestly, $20 is like what they would charge for something of this scale, and then I'd say no more than 25 for the bikes. So I'd say this is no more than a $70 set, and I don't even think it's that. But of course, I personally think it is much, much better while it is combined. And even though I do personally think it's actually kind of small, I think, I mean, no matter what, it's going to be probably better while it's combined. But yeah, it's a decent size, but it's certainly not as big as you would hope for, being $100. So, but of course, that's not all included in this set. So let's take a look at the side build, and then we can take a look at the minifigures. So here is the little side build we get for the Spectral Dragonians in this set, or I guess just one and then Knocked. Here you have that helmet that you can actually use to make a new tier minifigure. That's the helmet he uses. And then you've got a little seat back here. You've got some wings on it, which look pretty good. I always loved this toothpaste, like bright blue color. You can go ahead, take a guy, and sit him down on here just like that. There he is. You can't go back any further because of the little bit on his back. That's all right. And then you've got this little flag here that you can actually use the reveal blade on, which really doesn't change much. You can see what it is, but clarifies it, and it's cool to be in the set, of course. But overall, I like this small little side build, and I do like its inclusion. Not too mad about this one at all. Of course, great to get that nice white helmet there. Really cool color for that one. But of course, let's get on to the minifigures. And before we take a look at the minifigures, we have this little bugger right here. He reminds me a lot of the Galaxy Squad little bug guys. He's got these two claws out either side, and he's got that same Dragonian little back bit. I guess you can go ahead and attach him to this guy, which is actually pretty cool. However, I think I personally still would like the the wings more, just to be able to make full Dragonians with those wings. I personally think that would be a little bit better. But now let's get on to the minifigures. So here are the first two minifigures included in this set. We have Spectral Cole and Spectral Kai. Starting off with Cole here, I have him wielding the blade because, of course, that's what it shows to do in the instructions, of course. Nice blade here. I've talked about it a ton of times, but I do really like it, and a nice place in the show as well. Cole here has that beautiful suit. This is probably one of my favorite. He's one of two favorites. I can't choose between him and Zane. But Cole here with the gunmetal gray arms looks just fantastic. We're going to rip all this off so we can immediately see that. He's got his same hairpiece and same head, so nothing special there. He does have this new armor mask piece that, again, I don't love that they're attached because you can't move the head. I guess you can a little bit with the hair, but not really with his because his hair really doesn't move with this. So whatever. It's got a little bit of a mold bit, and then it is pretty far out there if you see Kai. But honestly, it's grown on me. I'm not mad about it. It's not bad whatsoever, in my opinion. But moving on to what I really like about this figure, you see how it's got like the armor underneath the robes there? And then you've actually got the same color, the gunmetal gray arms, So this suggests to me that this is a sleeveless robe on top of armor underneath, and then the armor is shining through with the arms there and the center of the torso. That is just fantastic to me. Love that detail, just looks really, really good to me. He's got some orange going down as well as some dark red, which everyone shares, and the dark red really brings me back to NRG Cole type of figure. The dark tan always works really well on him, and he's got a little tassel with the C on there. He's got his C around the back as well with some dark tan armor. So, I mean, this one is, I don't even know what to say much more than that. I mean, it's really good. I don't know how to specify really how I feel about this figure. It's just really, really nice, and I can't say much more than that. The Kai is available in a cheaper set, so, here he's nothing super special. He is a nice figure, love to get him, of course. He's got his headband hairpiece, and then the same head we've been seeing for a long time now. And then that armor piece is the same as Cole's. I personally like this one better with the eye. Really like the dragon eye there. So that's pretty cool. He's got a black undershirt under there, which kind of calls back to Hands of Time, in my opinion. Whenever they do that, or a black belt on Kai, I feel like that's what it's trying to evoke. And then you can see he's got the dark tan there as well with some orange flames going down. Love to see it. Always the footprinting is amazing. And then his symbol around the back. Kai is kind of just, he's good, but Cole is really a standout. He's a fantastic minifigure. Love this one so much. But Kai is great too. Still love him. Cole's just another level. But of course, that's not all included in this set, so let's get on to the next two. So here are the next two minifigures included in this set. We have Frack and we have Knocked. Starting off with Frack, he is of course exclusive and new to this set. He's got two golden katanas here. No representation of his elemental power, which honestly makes total sense. I wish we got I know they don't want you to swap hands, but I wish we got bright light yellow or whatever, bright light orange something hands for him to swap those out to be his powers. That would be cool. He's got a lime green hood on, which really, really pops. He's got an orange face under there with a lime green mask on. Unfortunately, no pupils there. However, honestly, I don't mind all that much. It's not a huge deal. You can kind of expect it to this point. Hopefully, we'll get a unmasked face. Honestly, I'm more kind of mad about no unmasked face rather than the pupils. I'd rather have an unmasked face personally. And then he looks like he's got like a kind of jumpsuit on with some armor on there. This just looks like it would be. What did I even say it was? I said this would kind of work perfectly with like a superhero or something. It almost looks like a Spider-Man suit. Here you've got some kind of ropes hanging down with some carabiners on there, climbing almost like Quake, right? Earth, ground, I don't know, whatever. Kind of ties in, I think. He's got his symbol around there that we talked about, and nothing super special. Almost just looks like he's wearing a hoodie, kind of like Aaron was when he joined the team. Then moving on to Knocked. I have talked about Knocked a lot before because he's in two other sets. However, I love this figure. He's got this, he's got the weapon he's had for quite a while now, and then he's got that same hat, and just a fantastic minifigure. Love this one. Personally, they are making me love this figure because I love the character. Really, just really love that character. There's his face there. Maybe not the perfect face they could have given him, but it is darn good, and it's pretty close there. Really love this figure overall. Great details. You can check out more in-depth thoughts if you go watch my Thunderfang or the Zane's Ultra Combiner Mech reviews. But that's not all, so let's get on to the last two minifigures. So here are the final two minifigures included in this set. We of course have a Dragonian Warrior and Wildfire. Wildfire, I'm taking her off. I've already talked about her enough. This figure is so common. I don't need to say anything else. She's in this set. Okay, whatever. This Dragonian Warrior, however, is one of the ones that includes the legs instead of the ghost tail, which honestly, I don't know. The ghost tail is obviously more accurate to the show. However, the legs, I really like these translucent legs. They look fantastic with that silver claw printing too, and the red, almost like ripped skin going into the ghostliness of the legs. The translucent arms there as well. See, these aren't even like premium. No, they are premium minifigures. Just look at them. However, it's not like a special dragon form ninja. Like, we're starting to see the translucent body parts in here a lot more. So I love to see that, and in pairs. It's both legs and both arms. So that's really nice to see. You've also got that toothpaste blue torso there with this symbol on the front. Then there's a closer look at his head, and they've got the Forbidden 5 symbol around the back. Again, I've already talked about this guy quite a bit. However, just figured I'd touch on him a little more. Now let's get on to my final thoughts on the set as a whole. So, what are my overall thoughts on the set as a whole? Personally, this one isn't the worst I've ever seen. It's definitely alright. However, if it's for a kid, I think it's actually a great thing for a kid. If you're getting this for a kid, it doesn't break easily. I have really noticed that. It really doesn't break easily. There are great minifigures in here, great characters, and I love the playability of this. Definitely great for a kid. A collector, still probably really good for, because of those minifigures, and maybe they just like this thing from the show. It's just another set to add to their collection. No matter what, I think you can't really go wrong with this set unless you're buying it for yourself and you just don't like it. Because, yeah, I get that. This set is really rough in some places. Don't love it. It's especially around the price tag. It's not the greatest. However, I definitely think it's a shot. It's a good to take a shot on it, especially if it's got a price reduction or something. If you can get it on a good sale or clearance, it's a decent set and it's got great minifigures. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.